These two cards use the exact same design, but the colors totally change the look. Which one would you choose? Today we're doing something fun and putting to the test bold colors versus soft colors to see which one wins. Hi, I'm Jodi Reinert, and this is my Power of Color video series, where we change the color, not the design. In this weekly series, I take the exact same design and just switch up the colors to show you how much color can truly transform the entire look of a card. And today we're focusing on soft versus bold colors. So here they are, side by side once again. The same stamp, same layout, same coloring technique. The only thing that changed is the color palette. And just look at how much that mood shifts. I did pull out the colors that I used because this is just so pretty to my eye in rainbow order here. I am going to show you how I made this bold version, and then I'll pull the soft one in again and we'll just compare the difference and how they feel. So I'm gonna scoot these aside. I'm not gonna use those right now, and I'm actually going to scoot these over as well so that I can pull in the stamp. So I'm using a giant background stamp. It's called Flowers Fair, and I'm going to use Memento black ink. This is the ink that I need to use because I'm using our Stampin' Blends, which are an alcohol-based marker. And so it's really important that I use the Memento ink when I use an alcohol-based marker. I'm going to show you a tip on how to use this giant background stamp because I don't want to try to pick it up in my hand and manipulate it and drop it and make a mess. So I'm going to leave it face up on my table, and I've got a piece of thick basic white. And that's another thing that's important, is to use thick cardstock. You'll want that for coloring with the alcohol markers. So I just flipped over my scrap paper and I'm rubbing all across that big background stamp. This is so much easier than trying to pick up the stamp and hold it and get a solid, consistent image. Now, all that extra ink came off on my scrap paper instead of my fingers if I was just doing it like this. And I can just simply lift it off and have that great image. So I'll scoot that aside. And then I just get to do a lot of coloring with all of these Stampin' Blends that I pulled in. So then I just go over it again with the darker shade, and I just kind of play off of the lines that are already in the stamped image here. Okay, and finally, I'm at the point where I can do some of the leaves. So this is where I will use that bullet end a little bit as opposed to the brush end, and just do some of the stems. It's just easier to get into that smaller area with the bullet end. And then also like these tiny little leaves here. Okay, now that the coloring is done, we can start building the card. I'm going to layer this. See, this is why we want to use the thick cardstock too, because that alcohol ink from the markers will go through the cardstock, and so you need something a little sturdier. So I'm layering this on a piece of Berry Burst cardstock, which is that purple color right here in the flower. And then the card base I chose is Granny Apple Green, and that's the green that you see on all of the stems and leaves. So we will go ahead and put this on. And then I'm going to pull in another bundle to get that happy birthday greeting. So I'm using this stamp set, Banner Sayings, to grab that little happy birthday. And then there's this punch that's got the 3 different sized banners. And so I want the look of this banner, but when I went ahead and stamped this, so again, on the white cardstock, I'm just using that same Memento Black ink. And this time I'm going to just trim around it really tight with my scissors. So I'll just cut a hopefully straight line. Good enough. And then this little piece is going to go right on the banner. But when I went to do this, I realized it's just a little too snug. So I went ahead and put it on this larger banner, stuck it on there, and then did the same thing. Just took my scissors and trimmed a little bit off the end. So it just gives you more versatility even by having that bigger banner. You can cut it to whatever size you need. So then I'll just go ahead, add this adhesive, set it right here on the card. So let's really take a look at these colors now. When we see these colors, they're bold, they're saturated, they just jump right off the page. This palette to me feels energetic, cheerful. I don't know if I'm just super ready for spring and flowers, but it just makes me excited for warmer weather and flowers outside. This would be perfect for someone with a really vibrant personality. Now, this soft version is a completely different mood. These colors are lighter, more muted, and they create more of a gentle, elegant feel. This one feels calmer and more delicate. I feel like when I'm talking about this one, I just have more energy. This one is a little more subdued. It's such a dramatic contrast. Look at these two side by side. That exact same Flowers Fair background stamp, the same banner sayings greeting, the same design, the same coloring technique. But this one feels bright and lively, while this one feels a little lighter and more elegant. That's the amazing thing about color. It's one simple design, but completely different moods. So if you had to choose, which one is it going to be? Bold or soft colors? If you enjoy seeing how color can transform a design, I am building an entire playlist of these color experiments. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next one. In fact, next week, I'm going to be testing dark backgrounds versus light backgrounds. And you might be surprised at how dramatically just changing the background changes the look of the card. It's the same design, but it's a completely different look. That is the power of color. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.